How can I manage the resentment my girlfriend 25F and I 42M have for each other? I know I'm going to get a lot of it, for the absurd age gap and the way we started. And I agree and I deserve it, but I would really like some genuine advice past going to counseling. She won't agree and I can't afford it anyways. Tangible things that I can work on and introduce to help us get past this either as a couple or as effective co-parents. Long story short, my ex-wife and I were together since middle school. We have 4 daughters in their teens. I was a sod and part-time worker for most of my life until my youngest was in middle school. My ex agreed to invest in a passion project business of mine. I hired a receptionist. We started an affair and she baby-trapped me. Now we're living together and have a young son. She resents me because she feels she was fooled. She saw me as a business owner who had a nice car, nice clothes, took her to nice places, etc. She thought I was rich, so she got pregnant on purpose, admitted it, not an assumption, hoping to use me to not work and sponsor her family from overseas. Well, actually my ex-wife and her family are the rich ones. None of our homes were in our names. We were renting from her parents and giving them a nominal fee with the expectation that these homes would be left to my ex and me after their death. This allowed my ex's salary $150K, not huge in the high call area, to stretch, and we lived a really good life. I left our marriage with half our savings, $25K, and my personal property and car. I lost my business due to lack of funding and I did not seek alimony. I resent her because I feel I was fooled. I thought she loved me and couldn't believe the interest a young, hot woman showed in me. She was incredibly persistent and pursued me strongly. But she has no feelings for me, no care or desire. Now that the ruse is dropped, I can't believe I gave up my entire life for what I see was an ego trip. I loved my ex-wife, really I did and still do. But I had never been with another woman and any attempts to open our relationship were shot down. This was like a wet dream come true and I was weak. Now both me and my GF are in a place we didn't imagine. She's living in a city apartment with an old man and still has to work. I've lost my kids, the love of my life, my family, my lifestyle, my business, and it's all 100% my own fault. She stopped being intimate with me as soon as she found out I wasn't rich. We're still together on my end because I feel like I need to have something to show for this asset show of a situation. At least I got a son and a partner out of it. At least it wasn't for nothing. And also because I don't trust her with our son. She would never agree to give me full custody and she's not a good mother. I would be worried for his safety and the people she would have him around. I honestly don't know why she hasn't left me from her end. What can I do to improve this situation? I know logically it would be best to break up and co-parent, but I'm afraid for my son and I'm embarrassed for myself. Is there a way to salvage this situation? I'm thinking of just telling her we can have an open relationship. She can sleep with whoever she wants and go wherever she wants as long as she lives here, so I can have my son 100% of the time I work from home. I don't know if that's the answer here though. Redditors reactions update after. Redditor 1. Yikes. What a show. If this story is real, it sounds like karma came knocking on both of your doors. It's almost poetic that greed is what took everything away from both of you. Both of you are adults that are having to live with the consequences of your decisions. I'm just sorry that so many people, your kids and ex-wife, have to suffer along with you. Redditor follow up. Yup, even now he's shifting the blame to his ex for not allowing an open relationship. You should have just accepted it and shut up. You should have seen that you and your ex had something special. But instead you screwed somebody else and ducked your entire life up. Your ex and kids probably think you've always wanted to cheat and never loved them cause you kept asking for an open relationship. WTF was wrong with you? You gotta take accountability for everything. Look how great that curiosity ended up for you. You could have easily not pursued it cause your wife was not okay with it and it would hurt your wife and break apart your family. You could, but you didn't want to. You knew this could end up like this, but you just didn't care. Relationships take compromise. You wanted to experiment with others, that's fine, but your wife didn't want you to. You shouldn't accepted that. Your family should have been more important to you than your fantasy. Instead you kept pestering her, and even after she made it clear she didn't want you to, You ducked the first woman that gave you attention. Look how well that worked out for you. Your daughters and ex are probably even more pissed off cause you used your ex's money to hire your girlfriend and have an affair and son with her. Best thing is to just break up with her. Get a custody arrangement and take care of your son. There's absolutely no way your daughters will even think about having a relationship with you as long as you're in a relationship with your GF. Your son also doesn't deserve to live in that environment. Actions have consequences. A 42-year-old man should have known that. Hope all the pain you caused to others was worth the life you have now. Redditor 2, you both are awful people. You are not partners, so stop faking it. If you think she can't take care of your son, get a lawyer and fight for custody. Be civil to each other and pray that your son doesn't grow up to be even half of a screw-up as you both are. Redditor follow up, but he's embarrassed. What an absolute a shoal. He is probably a narcissist. He thought a 23-year-old loved him lol. Why are men surprised Pikachu face when gold diggers dig? He flaunted his wife's wealth and was a user who thought he was going to have a side piece. What a stupid garbage person, and I understand why his kids want nothing to do with him. Update, how can I 42M build my relationship back up with my kids minor teens, FX4 after an affair? Good news, my girlfriend and I have broken up. She has gone back to her home country and left my son with me. Refused to sign any formal custody agreement, so I'm hoping she stays there and doesn't bother us again. I'm pretty sure if she comes back and demands time with him, I have a good case for maintaining custody. She's not even interested in FaceTiming with him, so he remembers her. I feel bad that my son will deal with a shitty absent mother, but I hope I can get him into therapy as he grows. Bad news, I've tried my best to insist on visitation with my daughters and that has fallen through. They absolutely refuse to see me. They wrote me a letter together that says how much they hate me, how betrayed they feel, how they'll never forgive me, and how my son will never be their brother. To not even bother telling him about them because they'll never be interested in knowing him. Just to forget about them altogether and move on with my new family. I have no legal recourse. The youngest is 13 now, old enough to have a say in custody arrangements. And I don't think forcing them to see me would do me any favors long term anyways. They also included pictures of their mother's wedding. My ex has no obligation to tell me about her personal life, but I'm pretty pissed that there is a man living with my daughters that I didn't know about. It is a family friend that has been in their lives 10 plus years, so not a total stranger, but still hurt to see pictures of their recent wedding and family pictures with my daughters. They mentioned that they have a father figure and don't need me anyways. The whole thing really hurt. I know I have no right to feel hurt that my ex has moved on when I cheated on her. But their whole relationship has moved very fast, so I'm now wondering if they started it before we got divorced. No way to know now. Doesn't matter anyways. My ex agreed to keep me up to date and send pictures of my daughters once in a while. After dealing with my son's mom, I'm grateful she is so good to our girls and I don't have to worry about their well-being. I'm trying to focus on being a good dad to my son and patiently waiting for my girls to grow up and reach out. It may never happen, but I'm hopeful that they will understand me more as they become adults and gain context for life. Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, well, I guess you didn't like what you reaped after you had so much fun sewing. Redditor 2, Lamau, you cheated and you're sitting up here worried about whether your wife was cheating on you before that. No honey, he came in her life and comforted her when you ducked up, that's what happened. He saved the day. Redditor follow up, exactly. He literally has a kid with his girlfriend, but since that's over now he thinks his ex moved too fast because she got married. Lol, the projection is unreal. I suggest you get therapy op. Redditor 3, you have no right to question your ex's relationship with her new husband. Not when you cheated and destroyed your family. She's rightly moved on. Your daughters like and trust the man she's with. That's good. They've known him for years. That's good. Be a good father to your son and stay open to your daughters. That's all you can do. I do find myself feeling very sorry for your son. He will grow up without a mother or any siblings through no fault of his own. The consequences of your actions have truly been horrible for your loved ones. Redditor follow up, Not to mention it's been 2 years since this all went down, which is plenty of time for his ex to form a romantic connection with the new guy, get engaged and then married. They didn't have the burden of getting to know each other as they were family friends, and generally speaking, the older you are the more you know what you want. This guy is the exception obviously, so when they realized they wanted to be together permanently, they weren't gonna duck about for another 5 years dating. This guy is a tool and I'm happy he's miserable. His son doesn't deserve this though.